Guys, in this video I'll be explaining how to use a variometer in a Specktrum RC glider, or a glider that uses Specktrum technology. So the glider in front of me is an E-Flight Radian, and the receiver that it comes with is an AR636A receiver, and this receiver only comes with 6 channels that are for the main controls, such as throttle, ailerons, rudder, elevator, but you don't have any ports for telemetry. It's not a telemetry receiver. So the first step in this process is to remove this receiver from the glider. So now once removing the plugs, you should just have this empty servo plugs because you have no receiver. And the receiver I recommend getting is this one. It's an AR660 6600T receiver, and this receiver actually has 6 channels like normal, except the difference with this one is that it also has temperature, XBus, RPM, altitude, and GPS. So this is the receiver you'll need. And other than this, you also need to buy a Specktrum variometer or ACLEF telemetry variometer, and this is just some small chip that senses the difference in altitude and air pressure, and this will create the beeping noise on your transmitter to indicate you're in a thermal. So I recommend keeping the case on too, so it's pretty simple. So what I did was that it came with this lead, and I just plugged it in to one of the ports. It doesn't matter which port you plug it into, because there is XBus 1 and XBus 2, but that's all the same thing for this purpose. So now you have the end of the lead, and you have to plug it in to the XBus port, and it's this one right here, XBus right here. So I'm just gonna plug this in here like so. You should be careful with the leads because it's very small and fragile. So after plugging in your variometer, you need to plug in the normal control. Hey guys, for this video I'll be explaining how to incorporate a variometer in your RC glider. This is helpful if you want to learn how to catch thermals as well, as it will beep and give you indications when you're in a thermal. So now once done plugging in the normal controls into the receiver, you're ready to bind. So the classic way of doing it is just creating the model in the system setup menu, and then once you're ready, you hold the bind button and turn on the transmitter at the same time. And for this one, this receiver doesn't require a bind plug. All you have to do is click this button right here, this button right here, and you'll get an automatic bind with that one. In the next step, I'll be explaining how to set it up on your transmitter to incorporate the variometer. So now I'm going to show you how to set it up with the transmitter. So I'm going to use the Specktrum DX6, but all Specktrum transmitters should be pretty similar. So I'm going to start off by going to the system setup, and then model select. Where's that? Okay. Oops, I passed it. Model select and select Radian. Then I'm going to go to telemetry, which is right here. And then they're all empty, so I'm going to select the first one for Vario. So then now I'm going to keep this all the same. And then for lift report, I like to get the slightest, I like to get notifications for the slightest increase in lift. So I'm going to keep it 0.6 feet per second. And then for the sync report, I can see when it's going down pretty easily, so I'm going to keep this as is. And then I'm going to select the switch I like it on. So I like to use switch C right here. So I'm going to use switch C, right, just like this. So then now it's all set up. And then now it's time to plug in your glider to the receiver and test it out. So now the transmitter is binded with the glider. All controls work. So now I'm going to turn on the switch, and we'll see the Vario in action. So I'm raising the glider, so it's a high pitch beat. So when I lower it, it's a low pitch beat. Thank you for watching till the end of the video, guys. I will put links in the description below regarding everything you need to buy the variometer with the receiver and all those links. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you find this content interesting.